Hey guys, so Laura Southern's in the news again, and this time it's about a refugee boat that was trying to leave Europe to pick up a bunch of migrants from Libya to transport them into Europe illegally. Now, there's been a lot of fake news going on about it. People were saying she was trying to light a boat full of refugees on fire. Like this, it's amazing what people will believe when they're extremely biased and what they will just latch on to immediately and not just fact check. They'll just immediately, oh, you know, people are reporting this. I hate this person. It must be true. But, clearly it's not. And it's being misportrayed as fake news. But, what they were doing was, yeah, just. She was trying to stop a boat that was going to pick up refugees illegally to transport them into that country. And the government was essentially guiding that boat out. Now, they're not even not enforcing the laws, they're directly, going against the laws. Now, when your government is doing this, the only recourse that you can do is essentially what they're doing. Now, the same thing in Berkeley happened as well. When a lot of people were fighting back against Antifa, people were saying that, a lot of the moderates online apparently were saying that both groups were at fault. And, this is the same thing, they weren't. If the police are not enforcing the law, then you have to take the law into your own hands. You're not just going to sit back and be attacked, You're going to do something about it. And that's what they did. Same thing with what they're doing, what Laura Southern is doing right now. And the same people calling her out were the same people calling her out or the other people in Berkeley. And these are like fake skeptics, like they're, I swear, like some of them are shills and then the rest infect other people's minds, the useful idiots. And then they're also pushing this bullshit, right? Like clearly they were in the right. And the governments of Europe, the governments of Western countries, do not want to stop immigration. They do not want to stop this illegal immigration. That's why they're not doing anything about it. That's why Trudeau in Canada is not doing anything about the illegals coming into Canada through America. He's welcoming them in, right? Because the globalists on the left and the right both benefit from this. On the left, it's votes. They will vote for them because liberals will give typically more benefits to migrants, to immigrants. So, of course, they're going to vote for them. Why wouldn't you? I don't blame them for not voting. I would probably do the same thing. But secondly, the neocons, the Republicans on the right, the conservatives want massive immigration because it dilutes the workforce. It's supply and demand, right? If you add a bunch of workers to the workforce, you can now pay them less. And when a bunch of them strike, there's going to be a bunch of people that come in and replace them. So now you have a less power against your employer. This is why you don't want just unrestrained immigration. This is why you want restrained immigration, because if you're just pumping in massive amounts of people, it's not going to be good for the average citizen. It's going to be good for globalists, for rich people. And that's all they're doing. So, Laura Southern was completely justified in what she was doing. And I hope more people act like her, because she's actually going out and doing something, whereas a lot of people are just sitting back and criticizing. And I'm no better myself. I'm not going out there and doing what she's doing, which I should be, and more people should be, because, if we just sit back and wait and let things turn to shit, we're eventually going to become like France. We're eventually going to become like Sweden. We're going to eventually become like Germany. And those countries are fucked. And, we don't want to become like them. We want to use them as pretty much an example of what not to do. Wait a few years to see what happens in these countries. Wait to see what happens in France. And, I sincerely hope that things turn around and nothing bad happens. That would be Like, that would be the best possible solution if Macron somehow solved it in his way with love and kisses. Fucking, if that worked, great. I'm not gonna be mad about it and be like, oh, but that's unrealistic. And we have to be realistic about what we're doing. And these people calling Lower Southern an SJW, these people in the skeptic community, the moderates, like, I really don't understand where they're coming from. I don't understand what they're seeing. Like, there is some nuance to this, right? If you're being attacked by somebody, are you not allowed to fight back? Are you not just to fight back? And when people are coming into your country illegally, this is essentially going to harm you. So you have the right to fight back. They are aggressing upon you in a sense, because they're going to be taking a lot of your resources that you work for themselves. And not to blame them. It's our governments that are incentivizing this, right? Anybody would take advantage of these, including probably me if I was in their position. So it's not like they're greedy bastards, right? Let's not hate them for that, because a lot of them are good people and they are escaping war, and they are escaping. Some of them, most of them are not Syrian, right? A lot of them are economic migrants, but if I lived in a poor country as well, I would want to escape. But that still doesn't mean we need to let them in, and that actually does not help them. There's brain drain, and people need to stay in their countries and make them better. And if we could set up safe zones like Trump is attempting to do, then that would be much better, and that would save more lives and would save more money, and we would not have a huge divide. It would not increase the right, the people on the right. You wouldn't see more people getting more like hard-lined and more ideological. So the best thing we could do is set up some safe zones. But that's pretty much all I had to say. If you like my content, subscribe, and have a great day. See ya.